Hello everyone, my name is Alfi Fajriati Ayunda Azri, and today I want to talk about something that I think many of us underestimate, especially as young people, and that is health. Not health in an abstract sense, but the kind we interact with every day. For example, the sleep we cut short, the protection we skip, like vitamin and calcium. We skip the warning signs we choose to ignore, or like that. And more specifically, I want to share my personal experience, a moment that forced me to completely change the way I think about health and about the people around me who were trying to tell me in their own way that it mattered. So, let me start with a question. Have you ever watched someone in pain and told yourself it probably was not that serious? It's not a big deal because you had never felt it yourself. I did. I did exactly that. For years, I watched my nephew suffer through asthma attacks and convinced myself it was something he could manage. I did not take it seriously, not until something happens to me. When something happens to me, and for that moment, I start to realize that what he had been going through, it's really serious. And I realized that we do not truly understand the value of healthy until we experience the cost of losing it. And more importantly, by the time we understand, it may already be too late to prevent the damage. My older sister has had asthma since she was a child. It was severely in her early years, and while it improved over time, it seemed to pass on to her son, my nephew. His triggers are very simple things like a cold drink, a package of snack, or fast food, and exposed to dust. Any of these can cause an attack. He has been taken to the emergency room so many times that I can count. And yet, watching all of this, I was just watching from the outside. I felt sympathy but not understanding because I had never experienced what it felt like to need air but unable to get it. And without realizing it, I had built up a belief in my own mind that serious health problems like that only happened to the other people, not to me. Until one evening I came down with what seemed like a common cold. I thought that it was not serious. I expected it to pass by morning, but at 2 in the morning, I woke up with a tightness in my chest that I had never felt before. My breathing was loud. Lying down made it worse. Sitting up did not help either. I tried to rub my chest slowly, hoping it would ease. I reached for a warming chest rub, the kind used to relieve colds, and inhaled it over and over. And I drank glass after glass of water, but nothing worked. And the tightness stayed. And all I could do was sit there in the dark and wait for morning. In in those hours, I kept thinking about my nephew. And for the first time, I was not just feeling sorry for him, I was actually understanding him because in that moment I was going through something close to what he had experienced so many times. The kind of understanding is not something we can get from just watching or reading some explanation. We have to feel it by ourselves. At the hospital, the doctor told me that I had developed asthma, which was something I did not expect at all because I had never had it before. But his explanation made everything clear, and I had been riding my motorbike without a jacket and without a mask, which means I was constantly exposed to dust and cool air. On top of that, since entering university, I had started staying up until 2 in the morning to finish my assignment because and for your information, before university I never slept later than 11. That that the reason. So the change in my sleep routine combined with my habits had slowly weakened my respiratory system. And what affected me most was realizing that this did not happen overnight. We have all heard the phrase that prevention is better than cure. It is repeated so often that we stop really hearing it. But I want to say it in a more direct way. The prevention is not just the better choice. For many people, it is the only realistic one. The time we have right now, while we are young and healthy, is the most important time to take care of ourselves. Because if we are careless now, we're the ones who have the most to lose, right? And after my diagnosis, I made small changes. I made changes that were not big or complicated, but I did them consistently. Like a mask and a jacket on every ride, vitamin C and calcium every evening, and a sleep schedule I no longer ignore. These habits did not need a lot of effort, they just needed attention. The kind of attention I should have given all along. That night at 2 in the morning did not just give me a diagnosis, it gave me a new perspective have I could not have gained any other way. We are young, and it is easy to treat that as a reason not to worry, but the body does not operate on the same timeline we do. It responds to how we treat it now, right now, not later. Not when we're ready, but now. If someone around you is struggling with their health, or maybe it's you, do not wait for your own 2 in the morning moment to have it seriously. And that was the moment that changed my perspective on health. So, thank you for listening, and I hope we all stay healthy.